Hey guys, it's Edrumcenter here, and we're doing an unboxing of the new EFNOTE EN5 kit we just got in yesterday. Was it yesterday?
It was yesterday.
Yesterday. So we're gonna do some talking while this kit's being unboxed of our initial impressions of this kit. I saw the kit at NAMM about a year ago, and it should have been here far sooner, but it got delayed, but we finally got one yesterday, and pretty impressed with it so far. What do you think, Andy?
Yeah, I like it. Really good playing kit. Good sounds. Very small, which is cool.
Compact.
Yeah, very compact.
But not as small as like what a lot of people are used to, which is a tiny 8-inch pads on.
No. What is it, a 16-inch kick drum?
It is.
But it doesn't really feel like that. I don't feel like it's, I don't know. It's electric, so you can get massive sounds on it. It sounds pretty beefy if you want it to.
Here I'm looking at the hi-hat, and the hi-hat's actually one of the highlights of the kit. It feels really good.
Yeah, it feels very realistic.
It's the only downside that we can see is it's proprietary, so it only is going to work with the EFNOTE module.
Is that for sure?
Well, it's got that weird. It kind of looks like an old serial connector from a PC.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's 5-pin, miniature 5-pin. It's not a 1/4 inch.
I wonder if you can get an adapter.
It's possible. That's something we can definitely explore. Again, this is an initial impressions video. We're going to learn more about this kit as time goes on.
Yeah, haven't done really a deep dive into the electronics that much. Just plugged in and played it.
Yeah, what we do really love the cymbals. The crash is a 16-inch. The ride is an 18-inch, and it's
hats are 14. Just like
the hats are 14 inches, and it's got an 8-inch splash as well.
That splash is fun. It's kind of nice.
I thought it was silly at first, but I actually kind of like it.
Yeah, I do too.
And it's a good size to fit in between all the other big cymbals, which.
Yeah, and since it only comes with one crash, you could probably. I'm thinking if you really needed 2 crashes, you could probably assign a regular crash on it.
Yeah, well, it's like any electronic kit. You can assign anything to anything. You could make it all kick drum kit.
Put a cowbell on it if you wanted to.
Yeah.
I think. I haven't found the cowbell on.
Yeah, that's something that we're still digging into. So, it's got a really nice, I guess it's a white sparkle. Type finish.
White sparkle and really cool rims, kind of like a gray powder coat.
Yeah.
On it, it's a handsome kit.
I like the color coordination. Like, obviously, some people are not going to want white sparkle, and there's actually a chance that. They may be offering another color, because on the box we noticed there was 2 color versions, and the other one we weren't sure what exactly it was. That's something
so you haven't seen a different color?
We haven't seen a different color, but it looks like there might be another color in the works or something. We'll ask EFNOTE about that and give people the information.
One thing I thought was cool about the snare, I like the little side stick trigger, where when you hit a cross stick sound, it's really pronounced, and you don't. Sometimes I find with some other drum brands, when you do a cross stick, sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes it'll trigger the snare sound when you want it to cross stick.
Yeah, it's always been something they've been trying to perfect.
Well, this one, I think the fact that it's a different hookup. It's got its own cord and everything, and its own little trigger on the side, so it's really easy to play Lagrange.
Yeah, it's probably the best cross stick thing next to, say, a Roland digital snare, as far as the stuff that I've played. As far as this is kind of reminding me of how these are related to ATV. That's something I kind of want to talk about.
Well, they had the thing too, didn't they?
Very similar, if not identical.
You couldn't plug it in, or could you?
It wasn't exactly the same, but they had the little wood block on the side.
They did, but it didn't. I don't think, was it triggered, or did it just?
It only really worked with the
ATV module.
the ATV module, and I'm not sure that we ever, since you've been here, hooked up the ATV kit to the ATV module. I think we may have had it only hooked up to Mimic Pro.
No, I played it. I remember playing on it.
Yeah?
Yeah.
That's been a while, though.
Yeah.
So as far as like how these are related to ATV, some, I've seen some people online talking about this. Essentially, as far as we can tell, it's the same guys that designed the ATV stuff, the same design team, who originally worked for Roland. I think they helped design the TD30 module at Roland. And then they left to join ATV, which is, a lot of guys left Roland to start that company. And, we're not sure exactly what happened as to why they left ATV exactly, but it seems like the same, very much similar designs as far as the ATV stuff goes. In fact, we started looking closely at the boxes these came in, like the lettering on the boxes, like the font and everything is exactly the same as the ATV stuff.
Yeah.
Like we still have a couple ATV boxes here. We don't have much stock left because they haven't shipped us anything in a year.
The module silver, just like the ATV.
Yeah, it's
that just could be,
Well, I mean, I think a lot of this is for a reason. So it kind of makes us feel a little better about the quality, being a little bit less unknown for a new brand because we had ATV for 3-4 years, and their stuff.
Really like their cymbals.
Yeah, their cymbals were great. The drums, the reliability on their stuff was not. It wasn't like a startup reliability. It was pretty good. So the build quality, as far as we can tell, is going to be the same as the ATV stuff. And I'm not trying. We still like ATV. We're planning on selling them as a brand whenever they do come back to the U.S. But it kind of makes us feel a little better about the quality of these drums.
And these things too, like they're so new. They're probably going to have, upgrades to their software too.
Yeah, they've already upgraded the software according to the distributor, which is Artesia. Am I saying that right? Did I say that right? Artesia. They've already done multiple software updates, and some of the early videos they did were previous software versions, and they've improved it. It seems like a more of a finished product. Obviously, since I saw them at NAMM a year ago, at NAMM they were completely kind of out of left field. Had never heard of them. Definitely, as I was walking through NAMM, I stopped and talked to them immediately because I was like, "What are these? These cymbals are huge. These are electronic drums, so
they look cool.
Yeah,
I like the little etching in them. They feel good. They have that little flex to them. They're really easy to choke, and the fact that they're bigger too.
The 360.
It's better to grab. If you're doing like little choke things.
The 360 triggering and choke.
Yeah. So you don't have
just
to
like the ATV stuff.
Have them faced a certain way if they spin on your stand or anything.
So in a bit, Andy's actually gonna play on the kit once we finish setting it up.
I had a blast on it. I thought it, like my very first impression, I was like, this is fun. This is a really fun kit to play on. The kick drum we were a little weirded out by because it felt squishy in the middle, but it doesn't feel like that when you play. I don't think. I think it feels pretty realistic.
No, and of course you can
tighten
it up a little bit. Some of the heads did need to be tightened when we unboxed it.
But when we did, it played a lot better than we thought it was. Is kind of what I'm saying,
Yeah. I mean, it plays. It works. There's nothing on it that doesn't work, and there was maybe some small like fit and finish things that you could like nitpick on. But not really. I mean, it was very, it looks like it was built in a factory professionally. I mean, if at the end of the day, I think if I spent $2,500 on this kit, and unboxed it and set it up and everything and start playing on it, I'd be like, this is a pretty good kit.
Yeah.
I wouldn't think I got ripped off at all.
I
mean, and I think it stacks up really well.
This would be great at a small gig where you're worried about volume too, and it looks good. It doesn't look like an electronic kit from far away. If you're doing like a little wedding where everybody's trying to eat dinner, you don't want to be told to turn down 15 times.
Here we are trying to figure out how to hook the hi-hat up and how the hi-hat works.
Yeah, it doesn't come with a kick drum pedal or a hi-hat stand.
One thing that threw us off is
the
clutch. The hi-hat didn't come with a clutch pre-installed. Most of every other electronic hi-hat does. And so you used your existing clutch that comes with your hi-hat stand, which is kind of cool.
We had to take a cog out of the out of the Yamaha
one of the felts
because it wasn't.
And one of the cogs, yeah.
Yeah.
Just to get it to get on there. So
we got it.
Once we figured that out, it was a home run. One thing they've done on the hi-hat is on the bottom hi-hat, it's got these little, I guess, air hole grooves.
Kind of like a sound edge.
Yeah.
It kind of looks like a sound edge hi-hat.
And what it effectively does is quiet the cymbal down. Like one of the issues with the Roland VH13s, VH12s, ATV hi-hats is when the top hat hits the bottom piece, you get a little bit of a suction cup almost.
Yeah, it's kind of like the coconuts in Monty Python.
Yeah. And these are much quieter, I think. Like I haven't actually sat and measured them with a decibel, but just right off the bat, I noticed they were a little bit quieter. Overall, it's a quiet kit.
Yeah.
I don't. We did have to tighten the front logo head up a little bit.
Yeah, it had a little bit of a there he is.
There's Aubrey.
Yeah.
It was just a little loose. Once we tightened it up a little bit,
it had some resonance to it.
Yeah, it had a little resonance. I imagine you could probably throw a pillow in there if you wanted to completely eliminate that.
Yeah, but we got it fixed. Once we tightened it up, it was
non-issue.
Yeah, not a big deal at all.
Yeah. Here's Andy, opening the manual. What were you trying to figure out there?
How to read. I've never done that before.
Me neither.
I think it's upside down too. I don't know. What is this? I don't know. I don't remember. What were we? Oh, I was trying to figure out how to hook up the splash cymbal because there isn't all the cables are labeled where this goes like bass drum. You got but then they didn't have splash. But then I found that you're supposed to run a cable from crash 3, and that's what triggers the splash cymbal.
Okay. Is it already a splash sound?
Yeah.
Okay.
On some of them, it's like a kind of like a 2002 China type.
Okay.
On some of them, like it has that sound. Real airy China, kind of loud and aggressive. But other than that, yeah, most of the time it's just a splash. And it has a lot of different hookups too. If you want to expand the kit, it looks like.
Yeah, there's 5-pin MIDI out on one of the little breakout cables. There's a left and a right out, that's all we used when we recorded the video at the end. We just did left and right out into an interface. We didn't do any kind of like playing around with the EQ or anything. It's just the module sound. It's straight up what it sounds like.
Yeah.
And the sounds are good. It doesn't have a ton of kits.
No.
Like it's got a decent amount of variety for.
It has enough. It has the one thing I'm usually I'm not usually impressed by is like when there's a jazz kit, because it's always, I don't know, it's for some reason I just never like those that much. But this one sounds very authentic to me. Like the bass drum's wide open, the snare drum feels good. It's usually something about most like jazz kits that I run across on some of these I'm not a big fan of. But
maybe it's because the kit looks like a little bebop kit.
Maybe it's the look it's fooling me a little bit, but no, it's fun to play like kind of like funk on. I was playing some funk.
They have a funk kit, FUNQ. Is that what it was?
Fun Q.
Fun Q. I think it's supposed to be funk.
Yeah. Yeah, without that U after the Q, it really changes everything. Yeah, I mean, the Neo Soul kit that they have on there sounds very very modern funk, very fat, dry snare drum sound.
Do you remember which kit you play on at the end? We were looking. We just quickly looked for a kit to play that you liked.
No, I forgot which one it is.
Well,
it's one of them.
We'll figure it out. It's one of the kits on there. So, just that's super helpful.
Yeah, I know. Well, if you like that sound, I promise it is on the module.
Well, I think we're getting pretty close to where you're playing.
Do you want me to cue up a song and we can just play it on here and just until it's time?
Just some waiting music, some on hold music. No, we can keep talking. I believe we had some issues with the attaching one of our kick pedals to the little riser on the bottom of the little kick drum.
That was one of the kick pedals because it's weird. And I'm not going to say which one it is, but I did. But we took
we've had issues with that same pedal with other things.
Yeah. But we took your trick pedal and put it on there. And that helped a little bit. We did notice that the kick drum was moving a lot when you hit it, and it still does. But we fixed it a little bit by making the what do you call them? The
raising the front up.
Yeah,
on the
front.
spurs.
Yeah, on the spurs.
It's not a deal breaker. I don't think it's a problem. It does move a little bit. It didn't seem to affect triggering at all.
I mean, if you have on an acoustic kit, which I play primarily, your kick drum's gonna wiggle a little bit when you hit it. Not everyone, but is gonna do that. But there's some kits that have that little bit of jiggle to them when you hit it. It's not a huge deal.
Other than noticing it wasn't something that was a problem when you were playing.
No, it comes back to you too. So, and it's not, and we're talking maybe like a half inch.
Yeah.
But before we fixed it, it was moving a lot. I'm like, this might be a problem, but then it wasn't, so we're good.
It could be something that maybe, weight it down. I mean, if it's really a bother, you could put a weight inside your kick drum to maybe give it a little more stability.
Yeah, I'm sure you could do something.
Just not thought of it.
Yeah, to be honest, and like we said before, we didn't spend that much time with it. We took it out of the box, set it up, and did a couple adjustments.
Yeah.
So
I don't think it's been 24 hours since we got it.
It's not been 24 hours, and we went home for most of that time anyway. So now we're back talking about it.
Saying things.
So,
check out the playing, which is going to start here in just a second. You'll get an idea of what the kit sounds like, at least that one patch. Here is just, we're coming right up on the plane. Just some video of the kit fully set up, some close-ups, just so you can see the finish. And the sparkle finish is sharp.
I love sparkle finishes, so
it's a nice wrap. I think it's a wrap because there's seams, but it's not. It's nice. It's almost hard to tell. It looks almost like a lacquer to me.
Yeah. You
can see the color coordination
until you found the seam.
Here's a little breakout stuff. So yeah, we're gonna go and wrap it up. Here's some playing. Thanks for watching.